The 3 most heroic deaths in real life. This is Mind Blow, the channel where I blow your mind in under 5 minutes. If you want to go on a journey of discovery and learn about how mind-blowing the world is, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. But arriving at the first story, American soldier John Robert Fox was in the middle of World War II. He was fighting the Nazis in Italy and was ordered to stay behind in a small village called Somma-Colonia. Then the village was overrun by Nazis and Fox was forced to hide in a nearby house. On the 2nd floor, he used a radio to contact his colleagues to call for artillery fire to be launched at the village to kill the Nazis and save the Americans who were nearby. He specifically ordered that they should fire directly at his location. The guy on the other end of the radio pointed out that this would probably kill him as a result and assumed that it was a mistake, but Fox simply said, "Fire it. There's more of them than there are of us." Those were the last words of this true American hero. Story number 2. So, when his grandfather died, Alfred Vanderbilt inherited the equivalent of $150 billion in today's money. His grandfather Cornelius Vanderbilt left school at age 11 and made a small fortune in shipping and railroads, as you can tell. But one day in May 1915 he set out from New York aboard the Lusitania to attend a meeting of the International Horse Breeders Association in Britain. During this time the water of the Atlantic was teeming with German U-boats, but the passengers assumed that they would still be safe. But they were wrong. The Lusitania was attacked as it came close to the Irish shore. Vanderbilt was obviously a first-class passenger, so he was given a life jacket. But he gave it away as the ship began to sink. He also tried to get as many children to safety as possible. He could have easily gotten a spot on one of the lifeboats, given his status, but he was still desperately trying to save others as the boat sank beneath the waves. That's amazing. Captain Lawrence Oates attended Eton College, the British Army, and finally became a member of Great Britain's polar exploration team. In 1911 he was part of the 5-man team to make the final push to the South Pole, but when they arrived they discovered a tent left behind by the Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen and his team. He had been beaten to the South Pole by 35 days. That must have sucked. But on the way back the conditions grew so harsh that one of the party died. Oates was also struggling and feared that he was slowing down the rest of the company and that they would die because of him. So on his way back he left his tent and told one of the men, "I'm just going outside and maybe some time." He didn't come back. They discovered in one of his diaries that he had sacrificed himself so that the others may live. Unfortunately, the other men only made it another 20 miles before they died, too weak and cold to continue. They never found the body, but at the spot where they think he died is a memorial saying, "Hereabouts died a very gallant gentleman. He walked willingly to his death in a blizzard to try and save his comrades." If your mind was blown by any of these heroic deaths, comment below. Do you really think that you would die to save someone else's life? Comment and be honest. Do you really think that you would die to save someone else's life? See you in the next video. Goodbye.